Hello, everyone. Today is the 29th of March 2024. Well, at the very least, when you listen and or watch this episode of the podcast. Hello and welcome to episode 2, season 2, episode 2 of the Discordancy podcast. So you already know what the topic of this video, of this episode is. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. You already know what the topic of this episode is. It's about the Holy Week. So, yeah, that's why this video is released on Good Friday. Yeah, well, at the very least, Good Friday for this year, 2024. So, if you don't know or don't celebrate, or actually just don't know the reason behind or the idea behind Holy Week, Holy Week, or also known as a Agia ke Megale Evdomas from Koine Greek, or translate that to Holy and Great Week. So that's where the Holy Week name comes from. Holy Week is the most sacred week in the liturgical year in Christianity. For all Christian traditions, it is a movable observance. In Eastern Christianity, which also calls it Great Week, it is the week following Great Lent and Lazarus Saturday, starting on the evening of Palm Sunday and concluding on the evening of Great Saturday. While in Western Christianity, Holy Week is the sixth and last week of Lent, beginning with Palm Sunday and concluding on Holy Saturday. So, from that definition alone, I can already tell that the Philippines is part of Western Christianity. So, let's read some more about what Holy Week is. Holy Week begins with the commemoration of Christ's triumphal entry into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday, marks the betrayal of Jesus on Spy Wednesday or Holy Wednesday, climaxing with the commemoration of the mystical or Last Supper on Maundy Thursday and the Passion of Jesus on Good Friday. Holy Week concludes with Christ's rest in death and descent into hell? No, it's a heaven. Somebody should correct this. And descent into heaven on Holy Saturday. Christians, which is me and billions more, believe that Jesus rested in death from the ninth hour on Good Friday until just before dawn on Sunday morning, the day of his resurrection from death, commonly known as Easter Sunday. However, in First Peter 3, chapter 3, verse 19, there may be a clue as to a task Jesus performed during this period between death and resurrection, by which also he went and preached unto the spirits in prison. This marks the beginning of the season of Eastertide, with its first week being known as Easter Week or Bright Week. So let's take a look at the Holy Week in the Philippines. Mhm. Let's see. Where can we check? There we go. Let's see. What can we? Okay, here it is. Uh, Holy Week in the Philippines. Holy Week, or in Filipino, Mahal na Araw, in Spanish is Semana Santa, is a significant religious observance in the Philippines for the Catholic majority, or the Iglesia Filipina Independiente, or the Philippine Independent Church, and most Protestant groups. Wait, we're Protestant? Oh no, I'm Roman Catholic, but you know, one of the few majority Christian countries in Asia, Catholics make up 78.8% of the country's population, and the church is one of the country's dominant socio-political forces. That is true. The solemn celebration begins on Friday of Sorrows, turning to Palm Sunday, and continues on through to Easter Sunday. Many communities observe Spanish influenced Catholic rituals, such as processions, that have been syncretized with elements of pre colonial beliefs. This is evident in some ritual practices not sanctioned by the Universal Church and the many superstitions associated with the occasion. Now I will cut. Will like to interrupt a bit. The podcast episodes on both audio and video are not edited. They're only cut from where the episode begins to where it ends, and then just kind of you know yeah, you know the drill. The days of the Easter Triduum, Monday, Thursday until Black Saturday, are considered statutory holidays. During this period, many businesses are closed or operate on shorter hours. Local terrestrial television and most radio stations usually go off the air for annual maintenance of broadcast equipment, while others, such as stations owned by various denominations, shorten broadcasting hours and feature Lenten drama specials, religious and inspirational programming. Holy Week celebrations also receive wide news coverage of various services and rites. International cable television channels distributed to the Philippines, however, continue to broadcast their normal programming, while channels dedicated to horse racing, cockfighting, and similar niche programming go off air during the Tridium. Well, I am probably a part of the niche programming here, but I'm not on television for now. So, there are some exceptions. Uh, by the way, I lied about when I said on my video on the main channel that besides that one video that I uploaded on the main channel, excuse me, besides that one video on the main channel, I just didn't have any other video or something to publish. So actually, there are two. So the first one will be uploaded on 12 p.m., which was the main channel video, and this one, which is uploaded on 6 p.m. Anyways, Holy Week in the Philippines is also highly anticipated as one of the annual long weekends in the country. Non Catholics or non practicing Catholics or Catholics, I don't know, take this opportunity to go on vacations, resulting to a peak season in most Philippine tourist destinations. That is true. I'm not go I This video is recorded, I mean, this episode is recorded early because I won't be here on during the Holy Week. Yeah, uh I want to confess something. The episode, this episode and the episode last week or back in Sunday were all filmed on the same day. I'm filming this on the 23rd of March 2024. I recorded the Sunday episode back in at noon, and now it's about 4:15 p.m. Yeah, it's actually 4:16 now. Anyways, uh yeah, this last part is true. Holy Week in the Philippines is also highly anticipated. Even I, who doesn't practice Christianity that much, I I highly anticipate the Holy Week because it's a long weekend. Like that's the term that we use here in the Philippines to mean like just a very long vacation period. Like it's long enough for you to have a vacation on it, but it's also just short enough that you can be productive whenever it's over, something like that. Yeah. So, so what? So here it is. On Palm Sunday, whoa, worshippers bear ornately woven palm fronds or palaspas to church for blessing by the priest before or after the day's mass. Okay, you can read the rest of this article on Wikipedia, but I will read a little bit, uh, a tiny bit of this if you're that lazy. On Holy Monday and Holy Tuesday, the major procession of the journey to Calvary takes to the streets. The main figure is the fallen Christ, accompanied by the images of the saints present during Christ's way to Calvary. Right, now let's go to Holy Wednesday. Holy Wednesday is officially the last working day of the week. Private companies are free to give full or partial holidays to their employees, while government offices implement a half-day suspension starting noon for their employees. This lets people return to their home provinces for the Triduum and holiday makers to leave for their destinations, making it one of the country's busiest travel seasons. In some parishes, Tenebrae or Tenebrae service usually held on Holy Wednesday, excuse me, that involves the gradual extinguishing of candles on a Tenebrae hearse, readings related to the Passion of Jesus and the Strepitus or loud noise. In the evening, long processions depicting the Passion of Christ are held in towns throughout the provinces of Pampanga, Bulacan, Rizal, Laguna, and in the Ilocandia, as well as in Makati in Metro Manila. Except in Baliwag and Pulilan, the Passion Tableau are excluded from the Good Friday afternoon procession. Now, I just want to quickly say something. The half day suspension, not only is it true for like work, it's actually also true in schools. I go to a public school, and it is true on Holy Wednesday, which will be the 27th of March, I think it is. Yeah, the 27th of March, it will be a half day. It's the very last day that we're going to school before the class is suspended for about a week. Excuse me. Uh, yeah, that is also true. Uh, yeah. So yeah. Uh, yeah. That's it. Okay. Let's continue to Maundy Thursday. Maundy Thursday or Jueves Santo is the first statutory public holiday of the week and marks the beginning of the Paschal Triduum. I think is it Triduum? Let's see. How do you pronounce this?
Triduum.
Triduum. Okay, Triduum. Uh, Prior to the Second Vatican Council, the procession of the Passion of Christ was held on Monday, Thursday. This was later transferred to Holy Wednesday for Latin Rite Catholics or Catholics, with the Philippine Independent Church, which separated from Rome in the early 20th century, retaining the Maundy Thursday date. Among the most famous processions of the Philippine Independent Church are those of Conception in Malabon and Santa Cruz, and Paete in Laguna. Yep, you're going to want to read some more. Here it is. Okay, Good Friday or Viernes Santo is the second public holiday of the week. It's also when you will be able to see this episode, see and or hear. It is the second public holiday of the year and considered the most solemn day of the year. It is observed with street processions, the way of the cross, sermons, and prayers meditating on Jesus' seven last words or Siete Palabras, and the staging of Cenaculo, which in some places has already begun on Palm Sunday. The Baliwa Good Friday procession is the longest Lenten procession in the Philippines. Baliwag currently has 118 statues and scenes portraying the life of Christ. This activity is well attended by both local and foreign tourists and follows the main liturgical service of the day. Mass is not celebrated on this day. Instead, people gather in churches in the afternoon for the Veneration of the Cross service and the Mass of the Pre-Sanctified. Nationwide, the Veneration service begins silently in unlit churches at 3 p.m. Pacific Time. Oh no, it's not Pacific Time, it's Philippine Standard Time. Remembering the ninth hour, that was the instant Christ died according to the Gospels. Wait, what do they mean by the ninth hour? What? It's not the ninth hour, right? Uh, it, I think it's the 15th hour. Or when Jesus does this, is it like, is it based on his right hand just being parallel to his left hand? But because when they mean by ninth hour, it should be 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. It should be the third hour or even the 15th hour. I don't know. Time wasn't probably tracked well. Wait, so when they mean, I think it's because when when it's specific to a certain time zone, they have to convert it. So when we subtract 8 hours from it, so wait, Jesus died in the Middle East, right? So what could possibly be the time zone there? Probably GMT +2 or +3. So that could mean 8 minus 2. Oh no, 8 minus. So we could put it back to the. So 3 p.m. Philippine Standard Time. Let's go with, I don't know, Qatari Standard Time. What? No. Time zones in the Middle East. Okay, there it is. +2, +3, +3:30, +4. Okay, let's go with Arabia Standard Time, also, or Turkey time. Turkey time. Turkey time. Okay, so when it's +3, we should subtract about 6 hours. Yeah. So where is the ninth hour? Is it the ninth hour? Could be 9 a.m. in a certain place, but where could that certain place be? I don't know. 9 a.m. But when it's 3 p.m. here in the Philippines. So we're gonna have to subtract it. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So that's 6 hours from 9 to 3. So it could be GMT plus. Yeah, that's actually correct. It's 9 a.m. in the Middle East, in Arabia, when you use Arabia Standard Time. Yeah, when you add 6 hours, it's, yeah, okay, that's correct at the very least. Okay, let's continue. The Mass of the Pre-Sanctified is said at the altar, which has been stripped of linens and decorations, and the priests omit the anaphora as the sacramental bread was already consecrated on Monday, Thursday. In some places, most famously in the province of Pampanga, where the day is known as Maleido. Maleido. Okay. Processions include devotees who flagellate and sometimes even have themselves nailed to crosses. While frowned upon by the church, devotees consider these to be personal expressions of penance whether in fulfillment of a vow or in thanksgiving for a prayer granted. The San Fernando local government says these reenactments are regarded as a part of Pampangas and the city's cultural heritage. Excuse me. Uh, this reenactments of Christ's crucifixion in the village begin. Oh my God. Oh, apologies. Reenactments of Christ's crucifixion in the village began in 1958, but the first actual crucifixion took place 4 years later in 1962. Excuse me. Hold on. The San Fernando local government considers these reenactments of putting yourself, like nailing someone on a cross, like multiple people getting nailed to a cross, as a part of their cultural heritage. Last time I checked the Bible, you San Fernando wasn't the city where Jesus was nailed to. You could just say that it's, you're just doing this because it's a celebration of the Holy Week. Don't you? I wouldn't really say that you should consider it as your own cultural heritage. It's not like you've been doing it for centuries. You've only been doing it for about 62 years. How is. What? I am baffled by this. Oh God. Uh, Other penitents called Magdarame carry wooden crosses, crawl on the rough and hot pavement, and slash their backs before whipping themselves to draw blood. This is done to ask for forgiveness of sins, to fulfill vows or panata, or to express gratitude for favors granted. I don't know. Oh boy. What? What do you mean? Why do you do this? It's not even sacred anymore. This is just gore. Wha- Sante. Let's continue. The pabasa, or continuous chanting of the Passion, the Filipino epic narrative of Christ's life, passion, death, and resurrection, usually concludes on this day before 3 p.m. Television and radio stations also broadcast their own special Siete Palabras programs from large churches in Manila, usually beginning at noon so as to end before the veneration service. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, so here it is. So let's continue with the Santo Entierro. The usual highlight of Good Friday is the Santo Entierro, or the Holy Burial, which is both the name of the rite itself and of the statue of the dead Christ that is its focus. Comparable to the Eastern Orthodox and Eastern Catholic practice of processing the epitafios, the sculpted image of the Santo Entierro uh, left. Okay, oh boy. Left bare or covered to the neck in a shroud of red, white, black, or gold, the image is laid in an ornate, flower decked calandra or bier or bier that is brought around in a funeral procession. The retinue No. Okay. Oh, sarado mo. The retinue is normally composed of images of saints connected to the Passion narrative, such as Peter, Mary Magdalene, and John the Evangelist. Tradition dictates that regardless of the number of images used in the procession, that of the Virgin Mary, dressed in black and gold as the morning Mater Dolorosa, is always last and alone as a mark of importance. Whoa. Okay, we should just continue this. What is this? Uh, let's see. Popular culture section of Santo Entierro, I think. Uh, Several traditional taboos are customarily observed on Good Friday, such as the avoidance of excessive noise making and, in older times, bathing. Whoa. The prohibitions usually begin after 3 p.m. Philippine Standard Time. Children, in particular, were traditionally discouraged from outdoor play, with elders cautioning that since God is dead, evil spirits are freely roaming the earth to harm humans. The ritual morning and generally somber mood of the day gave rise to the Tagalog idiom, Mukha kang Biyernes Santo. You have a face like Good Friday. The phrase refers to a sad person's demeanor resembling that of the somber, the suffering Christ. Whoa. Okay, Black Saturday or Holy Saturday, also known as Sábado de Gloria, is the third and final public holiday of the week. Wonder where I've been. The day is legally and colloquially termed in English as black, given the color's role in mourning. The term Sábado de Gloria, Spanish for Gloria Saturday, okay, refers to the return of the Gloria in Excelsis Deo during the Easter Vigil held on this day. The hymn is absent throughout Lent except on solemnities and Maundy Thursday. Also, the like Gloria in excelsis Deo. That. The ritual mourning for the dead Christ continues, albeit with less intensity. Traditional taboos from the previous day, such as merrymaking and the consumption of meat, are carried over and sometimes broken at noon. This includes swimming in a river or the sea, as superstition warns against bathing on Good Friday afternoon. Okay. Most commercial establishments operate on shorter hours, with smaller enterprises in many areas remaining closed until Easter Sunday or Easter Monday. But some return to normal in major urban areas. Television and radio stations broadcast on shorter hours with special programming or remain off air. Now, the final one, Easter Sunday. Easter, Linggo ng Pagkabuhay or Pasko ng Pagkabuhay, is marked with joyous celebrations. The first being the pre-dawn rite called Salubong in Filipino and Sugat in Cebuano and Hiligaynon, both calques of the rite's Spanish name, Encuentro, okay, or meeting. The rite is customarily performed in the early hours of Easter before the first Mass. In some parishes, the rite is held earlier at midnight, immediately after the long Easter Vigil proper, retaining the same format. So, yeah, that's it. So now we should look at schedules of the Holy Week. Is it this? I don't know. No. schedules. We're still looking at where is okay. There it is. So okay, this the website that I've currently visited is calendarpedia.com/when dash is slash holy dash week dot html. So here it is. Holy Week 2019 began on Sunday, April 14th and ended on Saturday, April 20th. Holy Week 2020 began on Sunday, April 5th and ended at April 11th, 2020. Holy Week 2021 began on Sunday, March 28th, ended on April 3rd. Okay. Holy Week 2022 began on Sunday, April 10th and ended on Saturday, April 16th. Holy Week 2023 began on Sunday, April 2nd and ended on Saturday, April 8th. Holy Week 2024 will begin on Sunday, March 24th and will end the day after this episode is published, March 30th. Now, Oh no, Holy Week 2025 began on Sunday, will begin on Sunday, April 13th, and will end on April 19th. Holy Week 2026 will begin on March 29th, will end on April 4th. Okay. Holy Week 2027 will begin on March 21st and will end on March 27th. That is the earliest I have ever seen. That's the earliest date I've ever seen, like, to begin the Holy Week. Holy Week 2028 will begin on April 9th and will end on April 15th. Holy Week Holy Week 2028. Yeah, I said Holy Week 2028 will begin on April 9th and on April 15th. There we go. And Holy Week 2029 will begin on March 25th and will end on March 31st. Okay? Okay, that's good. Anyways, I hope you have learned something. If you haven't, it's fine. We will see you, I don't know when. But I hope your good Friday. Your Holy Week has been good so far. I hope that we all will have a very nice Holy Week. Yeah, I just wish you the best of luck, and I hope you won't die on Good Friday. I don't know why they call it Good Friday when it's apparently a bad day because Jesus is dead. All right. This is a very long episode indeed. I know, but yeah, it's a Holy Week episode. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know when I'll see you again, but I will see you again. That's it. Goodbye.